let's talk about risk factors that affect bar passage. Why are some students failing? Even though most of our students are passing, we want all of our students to pass. So why are some of our students failing? First of all, a lack of commitment. They're just not committed to having a system and following that system. The discipline is not there. The grit is not there. And the rigor is not there. In other words, they just don't want to work hard. Well, we know that's not going to be you. So we don't need to worry about that. So the commitment has to be there. This is your bread and butter. You have to have that ticket to be able to sit so you can pass, and you want to be able to pass because you put all the energy and effort into it that you needed to pass. Number two, just a lack of preparation. Some students may just not be prepared. This is why, as you look at this video, you should be thinking of the things that you need to do to prepare to make sure that you're in place. You are doing everything that you need to pass on your first attempt. Students that pass are students that are informed. Students that pass are students that plan. Students that pass are students that stick to a plan. All right? Now, the third reason is lack of confidence. Simply, a student just doesn't have the confidence that they're going to pass. Now, I do want to tell you, it's going to seem like when you go into the exam and when you finish that you failed it. But actually, that's not going to be too bad of a thing, because usually when you feel that way, that means you've passed. It's very counterintuitive, but it's the truth. And you can reach out to some alum who have already taken the bar and have passed, and they will tell you that it is the truth. As long as you have done everything you need to do. I tell students all the time, if you can walk in that bar and say, you know what, I've done everything that I've needed to do. In other words, I can't study anymore. I've studied as much as I could. Let me put it that way. I've studied as much as I could within the 9 or 10 week span that I couldn't have done anything else between that 9 or 10 week span. That is a good sign. But if you're a student that simply said, I slept a lot, I stayed in, I didn't have a particular plan, I didn't listen to my bar prep coach when I was getting guidance, those types of things, more than likely, you may be a student that does not pass. And then last but not least, ineffective study plan. You have to have an effective study plan. What that means is you have to be prepared. You have to have down to the T what you're going to do every single day, and you have to do it. You don't want to get behind. You have to do it. We want to encourage our people when they're doing our boot camp plan, which I'm going to show you. When you do the plan, if you get behind by a day or two, go to your coach immediately and ask your coach for advice. And your coach will be able to tell you the things that you need to do to make sure and to get you back on track. It's very important. Don't be embarrassed. Don't be embarrassed. Don't be embarrassed by falling behind. Don't be embarrassed by not getting a lot of questions correct. We are here to help you. There's nothing that's going to be embarrassing to us, okay? We're here to help you. You can cry on our shoulders, whatever it is you need to do. You can be anxious, and we'll calm you down because this is a very anxious process, but we'll help you get through this. We've been through this a lot of times, folks, through a lot of students, and we're happy to say more and more of our students are passing every bar period. And so we want to encourage you, reach out to us. We are here to help you. So how do you combat those risk factors? Forethought and planning. Part of your forethought and planning is simply looking at this video today and beginning to think, have I done everything that I'm being instructed to do, or am I lacking in some areas? No worries. If you are lacking, acknowledge the fact that you're lacking and then put a plan in place to do what you need to do to get to where you need to be. Organization. Make sure that you have a plan in place and you are organized, and then you stick to your plan. As I said before, it's very important that you stick to your plan. And then monitor your success. You will have a bar coach that'll be right there with you, not in a study room with you, but right there, helping you, giving you the support, the guidance, and the instruction, even the emotional support that you need to get through this very challenging process. However, you are responsible for making sure you are hitting that 55% mark, that 45% points, the 45 points, or the 65% mark every day. If you're not hitting that in the beginning, it's okay. We understand that you're just getting started. However, if you're moving past the first month or past your first simulated exam and you're still not able to hit those percentages or those points, you have got to reach out to your bar prep coach immediately. We'll help you diagnose where you are weak and where you are strong and how to strengthen the areas in which you are weak. But as you're going through the process, you have to monitor your success by making sure you're writing down your percentage points after every block of questions, okay? That you're taking note of what you're getting with your essays when you participate in our essay grading program, and that you are really absorbing the material. You're going to have subjects thrown at you every few days, sometimes multiple subjects a day. That means you have to make sure that you are really absorbing the material, not just check marking that you've finished what you need to do for the day, but that you have absorbed it to the point where when it comes to multiple choice questions, you can pick the correct question either 55 or 65% of the time, or when it comes to essay, you can issue spot and you can write a very good essay. Accountability. We are here to help you become accountable. That's one of the reasons why we developed the Stetson Bootcamp plan, because you're able to monitor and keep yourself accountable throughout the process.